Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the second game of the Fredinhiovic versus Gummibaer Gruen series of the group stage in Farmers League. Today, the players are playing on African reed beds, I think. That's what the map is called. Yes, indeed. And Capture Age is playing up again. This is about the third time I'm trying to start this recording, and again, it's making noise, but I don't care anymore. I will just record anyway. I hope this is not too noisy. So, African reed beds. I would say the most important feature about this map are these shorefish here in the middle, with 2,400 in food that can be collected very quickly by villagers. And there's also 10k stone, so loads of stone, loads of food, very valuable to get these resources in the center. Actually, the deer, or these ostriches as well, 800 more food, zebras, crazy amounts of food. On the other side, in the corners, there is some deep sea fish with 1,000 food, which is not too bad. Which can be collected by villagers with a mill or a dock, or even with some fishing ships. And I suspect that the players will go either for those ship fishing in the back corner, or for the central fish, and I think the central fish is the strongest. Now, Gummibaer here is playing, I wanted to change his color, he's playing in the teal, which is difficult to see, especially if you're wearing orange tinted glasses, so let's turn him to red, much better, and let's watch his boar lure. Typical Gummibaer, disaster boar lure, almost running back, and yeah, I don't know why he every time insists on luring the boar outside of this TC. I mention it every game because it's just so striking. I have no explanation. Clearly, it's not a lack of skill. I mean, Gummibaer is an experienced player, and he's able to lure deer, so surely he should be able to take the boar underneath his TC, where the villagers don't have to walk, so the food is collected more quickly. Idle time is minimized, but yeah, I don't know, it baffles me. It really baffles me, and I don't want to look here anymore. Let's instead look at Freddy. This is how you lure a boar. Nice underneath the TC, so the villagers are efficient. The deers are also being lured, and Fredinhiovic here is playing as the Portuguese, so I'm surprised that he's not yet on the berries. There he goes, because the Portuguese, they gather wood from the berries, which is a very strange Civ bonus. I think the devs ran out of ideas and they just wanted something to buff the Portuguese more, which I think is completely unnecessary because the Portuguese are an extremely strong Civ. Fumbling a bit this boar lure, not as nice as the first one, but at least Fredinhiovic tried to get it underneath TC. And he lured all the 40 here. So, yeah, he hasn't scouted his enemy yet, but on this map you know the enemy is exactly on the other side of the map. And the players are actually relatively close if you look at this. It's closer than, for example, on Arabia, so this lends itself well to aggression, and Gummibaer is going forward with villagers and going for a drush. And he has a third militia in the queue, whereas Freddy actually also going for a 3 militia drush, so both players here recognizing the importance of the middle and going for a drush, but Freddy actually is not collecting the middle fish, which I find weird, since he's going for a drush. Now, one thing I just noticed, Gummibaer has a horrendous amount of idle time, so he's 5 villages behind. And maybe, actually that's a lot, maybe 1 because of loom. Yes, 1, okay, so 4 villages behind. And that's quite brutal. Oh, he gets loom now, but oh. I hope he gets it in time. Oh, I think there might be villages going down. Because loom, yeah, is only now being researched, and it's 2 villages going down. And now Gummibaer is 6 villages behind. And some nice blocks by Freddy. I don't think he can get this villager. No. But very well done. And on the other side, the drush is walled out. And might even run into the TC. Split Gummibaer. I really like the splits in these situations where you have the hotkey for the grouping the militia into 2 different groups, and then they walk very fast to the side and the arrows miss. But Freddy's micro is just too good here. Doesn't lose anything. Still 2-0 the KD, and Gummibaer cannot get any damage, and now he's striking on the other side and gets another villager. This is savage. Oh, and gets the scout, and still he's not done. Wow. Very strong here by Fredinhiovic. The only thing that's going here for Gummibaer, who's 13 villages behind. Yeah, as Freddy even kills a deer. The only thing that's going here for Gummibaer is that he's fuel age, but yeah, he has to do a lot of damage if he still wants a chance in this game. And I think this game is pretty much been won by Freddy in the Dark Age with a very strong rush. Unfortunate timing for Gummibaer, just getting the loom a little bit too late. And maybe not expecting the rush. I'm not sure if he scouted the barracks. Now, Freddy is going up very late with 30 villages, so I wonder if this is Drushfast Castle. Oh yes, must be. He has a lot of farms. Very odd actually. Why he's playing this map like Arabia? He doesn't take any of the extra resources. What is this? How did this villager die? Wow. Disaster. 4 villages killed, so 11 villages behind Gummibaer. Yeah, this should be over. He has 2 scouts. He actually has some food because of the shorefish. If I would be Gummibaer, I would have sent even more villages just to take more of that juicy shorefish, but even these 4 villages help a lot. And okay, but we see in the resources collected that Freddy has collected 1,500 more resources. So that's just the number of villagers that he has. That really helped him a lot. So even with farms, he's fine. I mean, I don't understand why he doesn't send a few on those backfish at least, even if he doesn't want to risk it in the front. And Gummibaer, this time doing better than the last game. He's going for a tower. I like this a lot. This is a great position, denying the wood line, securing some of that precious middle area. Could have maybe been more forward to try and break in there, so to prevent the re-wall, but even like that, I think it's quite nice. And if Gummibaer manages, it's still open. He could bring the scouts here, and when the villagers run, then he could strike. But yeah, this will be some idle time now for Fredinhiovic. And Gummibaer now 6 scouts in total. That's not too bad. But Freddy has already prepared 4 spearmen, so Oh, nice reaction from Gummibaer, running away. And villagers abandon the woodline. A lot of stuff going on. Let's see if Freddy notices that he's also being attacked here. I think he's not noticing because the scouts will break through in a moment. And also here. But I think, yeah, Freddy is fine because he has a lot of spearmen and Gummibaer falling further behind with the idle time, just not producing villagers anymore. So, okay, Gummibaer is in now, and this is very nice. Killing a spearman, killing another one here, but getting some hits on his scouts, and there's more spearmen, so, but, killing this spearman, and now the scouts are on the villagers, and suddenly Freddy is feeling the pressure, but Gummibaer, unfortunately, doesn't kill a single villager, and loses a lot of scouts to the spearmen, and only 2 scouts now remaining in Gummibaer's space. Maybe he wouldn't have even have had to attack the walls. He could have just come from behind, like a beep, as Mem would say. Okay. Yes, so now it's 2,000 more resources collected for Freddy, and Freddy has gathered stone for a castle, so he wants to go for organ guns, which makes sense with the Portuguese. Yeah, and with the organ guns and with the village elite that he has, although now it's not as strong anymore. Only 5 villagers, but it's because Gummibaer is in castle age. I think, well, actually Freddy's economy is quite bad now, as the first villager gets sniped here, and 2 scouts die in the castle fire. Let's see. Spearmen now coming forward, but luckily there's a tower that will protect the villagers, but I don't think the organ guns are too worried about the tower, so Freddy may need to try and click. No, Gummibaer needs to try and click up to castle age. I doubt he will win this game in feudal age. He builds the market. Okay, at least earlier than in the last game, that's good. Maybe he's warmed up now and just shouldn't lose his scouts to the spears. Yeah, don't fight this, there's no need, just run away. And still no organ guns for Freddy, as his economy is a little bit in shambles, it seems. Now finally he has the resources to queue 2 organ guns. And spearmen being a bit annoying here, but dying against the villagers. It's only 2 villages behind now, so Freddy now had some idle time as well, because his economy is not the best. He doesn't take advantage of any of the natural resources on this map. Especially the food at this stage of the game is very important. And if we look at this shorefish, Gummibaer has already mined out or fished away 2/3 of the shorefish. That's amazing. But now the organ guns are coming, and yeah, a second tower. This could be good, but maybe not the best position here because there's no more shorefish. So I would have preferred to see one here, maybe, or here, to protect these top shorefish. But yeah, and as we saw in the last game, if Gummibaer doesn't pay attention, then Freddy can just dive underneath the tower and kill the villagers, as 1 villager is falling here, so 5-1 eco KD. But now the scouts are back in, but it's so annoying. Freddy and his disgusting walls always gets the walls up in time. And here it's raiding with spearmen, and he might actually get another villager. Gummibaer could just garrison it in the castle, but I think he's not watching. So yeah, there will be another villager going down now, he's garrisoning, but the spearmen are already out of range. And here, the scouts can't break in, and Gummibaer now clicks up to the castle edge, but he has to survive another 2.5 minutes before he can go for any castle edge units. And Freddy has mined more stone and he wants to go for a forward castle. This is a good position, but not as devastating as the last game, where he put it straight on Gummibaer's TC. So yeah, I think all in all, although the start was really horrible for Gummibaer, he's not playing too badly now and might even have a chance of coming back in the game. But yeah, I don't think he can beat these organ guns. So yeah, that will be tough. If Freddy places properly, then it should be a win for him here. Because now that Gummibaer had to advance to the next 8, actually it's 10 villages behind again. And it's now 3,000 more resources for Freddy. It's very hard to come back from these early villager leads. Yeah, I don't like how Freddy played this. He could have easily contested the center and the shorefish, but I guess it wasn't necessary. It was, yeah, even just playing standard with farms was enough to have the better economy if the enemy doesn't produce villagers. Then no, what is this castle? Ooh, I don't understand this castle. The villagers are on the run now. Yeah, maybe just to protect the villagers, but yeah, there's only a bit of stone, which is not so important now. Yeah, this is a better castle position, defensive at home, but he needs to devise a plan of how to evacuate those villagers. The organ guns are faster as well as the villagers. Maybe wheelbarrow could be useful, but yeah, it's already oh god, it's already too late. The villagers are already going down. So many villages. How many kills? We can't see it because we don't have Capture Age Pro, but all of a sudden it's 19 villages killed, and yeah, Fredinhiovic has a 25 villager lead. So yeah, that's all it took. 10 organ guns, and yeah, killing the villagers, and Gummibaer's dead. Pretty convincing victory from our blue player once again. And we're basically waiting for Gummibaer to resign now. Fredinhiovic adding TCs now, or at least a second TC. Still staying at home, still not really playing the map. If Gummibaer had a better position, this could come back to haunt Fredinhiovic, as we've seen in the game of myself against Splayvasser, where Splayvasser ran out of gold because he couldn't control either side of the gold. But here, yeah, Freddy doesn't even need to produce more army. He can just create a few traps now as he's clicking up to Imperial Age and trap Gummibaer down. And I don't think Gummibaer has anything to break this organ gun mass. I think what you need here against the organ guns is mangonels, but it's tricky because mangonels are very easy to counter by anything else. Just add a few knights or a few scouts and you kill the mangonels, or even redemption monks could do it. So yeah, I think the organ guns are a stupid unit because they're not really counterable by anything but siege, and yeah, I think it's just not a fun concept. But of course it's open Swift draft, so yeah, any player can pick them here, or Gummibaer could have banned them, or maybe picked something else for himself. So of course with the Magyars I haven't mentioned it, they get their attack upgrade for free, so that's why Gummibaer went for scouts, and also the scouts are cheaper for the Magyars, so I believe they only cost 72 food instead of 80 food, so they have a strong scout rush, and yeah, that's their one advantage in the early game, but yeah, I don't think scouts are actually so strong of a play on this map. Of course, with all the extra food, you could go for a lot of scouts, so I guess it can work, but Freddy was playing very compact and defending very well, so it's hard to do damage with scouts. Maybe Man-at-Arms could be better in that situation because they can hit earlier and go through the buildings more quickly. But yeah, I think scouts was a valid try. Certainly not the worst map for that strategy. So in the end, maybe the problem was the execution, the bad start with all the idle TC. Was really setting Gummibaer behind here, and Freddy played quite well, didn't make big mistakes except for not taking the shortfish, I think was a mistake. And now as the traps are out, yeah, still more than 20 villager difference, and I think Gummibaer should call it. Just gather your strength for next game. I have heard that Gummibaer actually had to take 2 caca nerveux over the course of this series, so maybe he was quite nervous and didn't really check the score and thought, okay, I should fight, have to go up to imp or do something here, maybe raid with knights, but it's too late. GG, well played. Indeed, well played here for Fredinhiovic with the Portuguese organ gun push, and the scouts didn't do it. I think scouts on this map better than Nomad, but still always a bit difficult to find the damage. And that was it for game 2. The last game the economy was quite even, and this game I think it will be quite different, yes. So we can see from quite an early stage onwards, even in Dark Age, Freddy already had a big eco lead, and then there was just no way to catch up for Gummibaer. So I'll see you in game 3, and maybe Gummibaer can still take a game from Freddy.